Get ready for the biggest shakeup in sports entertainment. TKO president and COO Mark Shapiro is dropping some massive news about the future of the industry. He is absolutely hyped about the potential when Paramount's purchase of Warner Bros. Is finalized, revealing huge opportunities for TKO properties like UFC and Zuffa Boxing to hit major networks like TBS, TNT, and HBO. We dive into what this means for the landscape right now. To be a massive moment for the promotion. And finally, we get into the creative side of things. Chris Jericho has revealed the inspiration behind his new branding, explaining how his shift to focusing on his last name is inspired by self-titled albums, creating intrigue online like Metallica's Black Album. Don't miss the full breakdown of these massive wrestling and MMA developments. Stay with us for the rest of the news. TKO executive Mark Shapiro expressed significant optimism regarding the future of the company, focusing on developing new talent and capitalizing on upcoming media acquisitions. Speaking at the J.P. Morgan Global Technology, Media and Communications Conference, Shapiro emphasized TKO's strategy of building new stars rather than relying on past champions, specifically highlighting the potential of WWE NXT. Shapiro stated that the company is focused on continuous innovation, noting they have added additional cards for NXT to give emerging stars more exposure. He further mentioned TKO's approach to institutionalizing events built on scarcity and durable repricing power. Shapiro also detailed how Paramount's impending purchase of Warner Bros. Discovery presents a major opportunity. TKO is reportedly excited about the prospect of UFC and Zuffa Boxing promotions airing on WBD networks such as TBS, TNT, and HBO. Shapiro suggested this move would expand the reach of these properties beyond current Paramount channels, leveraging the established viewership of sports networks like TNT and TBS, and the historical strength of HBO in boxing, alongside potential partnerships via platforms like YouTube. The comments also touched upon the competitive landscape, particularly concerning AEW. As TBS and TNT are the home for AEW's Dynamite and Collision shows, speculation has arisen about AEW's future television deal following the Paramount acquisition. AEW President Tony Khan has publicly expressed a desire to share a channel with UFC. While TKO's excitement for the WBD deal is clear, the implications for AEW's television home remain a point of interest in the evolving sports entertainment ecosystem. AEW Dynamite is set to feature a high-profile trios match this week, as Chris Jericho teams up with the Young Bucks. The match will feature Jericho and the Young Bucks against the team of Ricochet, Mark Davis, and Andrade El Idolo. This upcoming episode, the go-home show before Double or Nothing, promises significant action. Furthermore, these 6 wrestlers are slated to compete in the Stadium Stampede pay-per-view event. At Stadium Stampede, Jericho, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Jack Perry, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin will face The Demand, Mark Davis, Andrade El Idolo, and the Dogs. AEW Dynamite airs on Wednesday from 8 to 11 p.m. ET, broadcasting from Portland, Maine. All Elite Wrestling has announced a significant new trios match for the upcoming episode of AEW Dynamite. Chris Jericho will team up with the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, to face the formidable team of Mark Davis, Ricochet, and Andrade El Idolo on May 20th. This high-profile matchup is set to be a major focal point for the show. The build-up to this clash has already generated significant buzz. Just days before the main event, the opposing trio, Ricochet, Mark Davis, and Andrade El Idolo, will be taking on the Young Bucks and Jericho in a separate bout. The scheduled card for the May 20th episode of Dynamite features the main event, Mark Davis versus I Am Jericho and the Young Bucks. The preceding match will feature Ricochet, Andrade El Idolo, and DUNKZILL against the Young Bucks and Jericho. AEW confirmed the updated lineup for Dynamite and the Collision Special, which is airing on August 7th on TBS and HBO Max. Fightful will provide coverage of Dynamite, starting at 8 p.m. ET, followed by an in-depth post-show podcast discussion. Chris Jericho has revealed the inspiration behind his current focus on using his last name in his professional persona. Speaking with David Shoemaker of Ringer Wrestling, Jericho explained that the shift is inspired by the concept of self-titled albums. Jericho stated, "I like the idea of what I'm doing now with Jericho, and just by not using that first name a lot, it creates this whole intrigue online like, what's he doing? What's the idea? What's the reason?" He elaborated that this strategy mirrors the approach of bands like Metallica with the Black Album or the Beatles with the White Album. Jericho noted that by focusing on his last name, he creates intrigue online, allowing fans to connect with the persona without constant reference to his first name. He added that while he could create numerous other nicknames, he felt that everyone already knows who Jericho is, and the focus on the last name allows for a more organic exploration of his current direction. Jericho concluded by saying he is going with the flow and observing what works in the current era. The interview also touched upon rumors surrounding his recent free agency period, with further comments available via a provided link. Fans interested in his current AEW status can find the lineup for the May 20 episode of AEW Dynamite Collision via another provided link, with full coverage expected on Fightful.